Hi guys, welcome back to Literature Litwist channel. Today we're going to see a beautiful poem, Life by Henry Van Dyke. It is one of my favorite poems. Why? Because it is very inspiring and motivational poem. Through this poem, the poet teaches us how to lead our life in a positive way and how our life should be in the world. This poem is in the form of sonnet. What is sonnet? Sonnet is a kind of poetry, and the word sonnet is derived from the Italian word sonetto, which means a little song or small lyric. If a poem has 14 lines, then it is called as sonnet. And another one important thing is it should be written in iambic pentameter. Let me explain what is iambic pentameter. Before understanding what is iambic pentameter, we should know about syllable. What is syllable? A syllable is a single unbroken sound of a word. Syllables usually contain a vowel and accompanying consonants. For example, the word book has one syllable, whereas the word reading has two syllables. Reading, so it has two syllables. I think you understood very well what is syllable. Let me explain what is iambic pentameter. There are two syllables in one iamb. The first one is unstressed and the second one is stressed. For example, shall I. Here the word shall is unstressed and I is something stressed. Shall I? In this poem, look at the first line. Let me. Let is unstressed syllable and the word me is stressed syllable. Both let me are called as one iamb. Likewise, there are 5 iambs. Let me but live my life from year to year. Totally 5 iambs are there in one line. Penta means 5. So 5 compound words are there in one line. That is called as iambic pentameter. And also the sonnet has 2 stanzas. The first stanza is called as octave and it has 8 lines. And the second stanza is called as sestet. It has 6 lines. Let me know something about the poet. The name of the poet is Henry Van Dyke. He was an American author, poet, educator, and clergyman. Clergyman means a religious leader, especially a Christian one. He served as a professor of English literature at Princeton University between 1899 to 1923. He was elected to the American Academy of Arts and Letters, and his notable works are The Lost Boy, A Handful of Clay, The First Christmas Tree, The Other Wise Man. Let's read the poem. Let me but live my life from year to year with forward face and unreluctant soul. Not hurrying to, not turning from the goal, not mourning for the things that disappear in the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future veils, but with a whole and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. So let the way wind up the hill or down, over rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. Still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure, and a crown, my heart will keep the courage of the quest, and hope the road's last turn will be the best. In this poem, the poet has told in the first 2 lines that he is going to live his life in a positive way with forward face and without any hesitation and without any reluctance, he is going to lead his life from year to year. Here, the word unreluctant soul means willing to do something. He is ready to face the future with unreluctant soul. Nobody knows our future life. Even though we should always be ready to face the future without any hesitation in a positive mindset. Let's read the next lines. Not hurrying to, not turning from the goal, not mourning for the things that disappear. We all have some goals in our life, am I right? To reach the goal, we should not hurry up. We should not push ourselves onto the goal. So we should try to get our goal with full of patience and in a relaxing manner. And at the same time, we should not turn from the goal. We shouldn't have distracted from our goal. What the poet is coming to say is to do everything in limits. Next lines. Not mourning for the things that disappear in the dim past, nor holding back in fear from what the future veils. In the dim past means the sad days of the past. In our past life, we could have lost many things. It may be our health or wealth or anything. So we should not mourn for that. Mourning means feeling or expressing great sadness. We should not bother the things that disappear in our present life. And at the same time, we should not fear about our future. Here he has given future veils. Veils means cover or hide. Nobody knows our future now. So we should not have fear or bother about our future life. Let's go to the next lines. But with a whole and happy heart that pays its toll to youth and age and travels on with cheer. Here the poet says that with whole and happy heart, the poet travels on his life with full of cheerful and happiness. With this line we have completed the first stanza, which means the active. Let's go to the second stanza. Sisted. So let the way wind up the hill or down, over rough or smooth, the journey will be joy. Through the words hill or down, the poet mentions that the ups and downs of our life. Someone has the better life in the world, but someone has a life with full of problems. So the poet says that no matter his life is happy or sad, just he is going to enjoy. That's it. Still seeking what I sought when but a boy, new friendship, high adventure and a crown. Through this line, the poet says that he wants to live his life like a boy. For example, a small boy is always very happy and playful. He seeks new friendships and high adventure and a crown, which means he wants to get a best position in the world. Last two lines. My heart will keep the courage of the quest and hope the road's last turn will be the best. The word quest means search for something. Here he uses the word for a purposeful life. So the poet says that she is going to lead his life with courage and determination, and he believes that the road's last turn will be the best, which means his life will be ended up with success.